game one in a quick 36 out of Tuck.
Yeah, just before we get totally started in the game, one of the things I just couldn't get over is seeing the moonwalk from Zelda, a character who has like really, really high traction. Like her wave dash is, I think, the second shortest in the entire game, and seeing her like stay in place when she moonwalks is so funny looking. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, anyway, though, I mean, I think the theme of this, whenever you see kind of a Zelda on the screen, is you kind of think they're just going to look for that forward air back air that you were mentioning earlier. Kaz kind of figuring it out early on, but, maybe we'll see some stray hits coming out from Tuck to take the first blood here.
Yeah, like you said, the forward air, back air, a big part of the kind of neutral and punish game that Zelda has. Not a bad down smash in her kit as well, like we just saw. One of the big problems that... Weird kind of setup there, but clearly, knowing something we don't. But one of the weird things about Zelda's kit, because of that forward air, back air kind of thing being one of the only strong moves she has, she's really weak vertically. So if you're above her or below her, you're in a great spot.
Wow, yeah, super fast light shield setup out of Tuck as well. Maybe looks for it again, and I think that weakness in verticality that you were mentioning, Radar, kind of comes into play, because the one true setup that we're seeing out of the Zelda player is the Marth killer right now, and then just resetting on stage. Tuck with first blood as well.
Yeah, like, there's some other weaknesses that kind of Zelda struggles with. Her recovery is very, like, committal. People talk about Sheik's recovery being bad, and if you're maybe not as experienced in Melee, you might think, oh, Zelda has a longer recovery, that must be good. But because she spends so much of that time kind of in the lag, if she does recover sort of farther, it ends up not being a good thing. So, again, these are the things that Zelda is going to have to play around with, or Tuck is going to have to play around with, but if a player isn't familiar with kind of Zelda's weaknesses and isn't leveraging them, she can absolutely be a threat.
Sure. Yeah, we're seeing that kind of right now. A bit of a percent lead for Tuck. Kind of been using that down smash a bit liberally as the get off me option. Pretty fast frame data of all the C-stick moves that Zelda has, but again, when you're playing at low tier, you kind of make do with what you have, and Tuck's kind of making the most of it. Kaz kind of looking like he's starting to put it together, though.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think one of the things that's always really, really important to consider whenever you watch a kind of lower tier matchup is just like, is the opposing player, in this case Kaz, aware of what they need to do to deal with kind of Zelda's weaknesses? Because if you aren't doing that, then they're just as good as any other character in a lot of situations.
Yeah, I think kind of the mental aspect is important too. Like, I don't know, if I was Kaz and I got dinked off the right side with a down smash that did like 8% and I died for it, I'd be feeling pretty upset right now. So let's see if he can tighten it up. Evens it up right there and only takes 9% in return, but very close so far in this first set of the day.
Yeah, no, I like what we've been seeing so far. Good crouch cancel as well to kind of keep Marth, again, just the positional play also been very solid. There's just like a lot of small things, and we're seeing a lot of that down smash too. Wow, that was very
like
quick.
a rare instance where his first hit Zelda forward smash is actually an edge guard tool almost. That's crazy. I see an Armada thumbnail coming from that pretty soon.
Yeah, but this up throw should, give Kaz quite a good advantage, keeping Zelda above him if he could, but he kind of overcommits with the forward smash there. Probably didn't need to let it rip, but when you're behind, you might feel like the pressure's on, Yeah,
Kaz playing a bit on the back foot right now as well. Tuck, opportunity to take that stock just 20 seconds ago about, where he could have just gone for the Marth killer like he's been going for earlier. Kaz finds the tipper right there at the magic percent. Let's see if he can make a game out of this.
Yeah, one thing that I have been seeing Tuck go for is occasionally this up air, and Zelda's up air is really, really not good. So at least, in my limited experience with Zelda, it just seems like so slow and committal. Oh, wow, what a mix-up on the recovery there. I think everyone's up there on the ledge.
Yeah, and this is tough too. Again, like you had mentioned at the beginning of the set, Radar, the verticality and where Zelda can really struggle in that situation comes into full effect. I think if you're Tuck and you run out of a jump here, you are kind of in trouble, but maybe not if you can twinkle toes him like that. That's game one.
Yeah, that was very well played by Tuck there. I think, it's funny, like Marth as a character has such an advantage in terms of forcing the Zelda or anyone above him to kind of really struggle to get down.
Sure.
But the way that Tuck is playing, landing on a platform, Are they going to fall through? Are they not going to fall through? Like that kind of stuff is making it so that, Marth is struggling to play around that. Like, okay, I don't really know what I want to do. And if I commit too hard, I'm going to take a back air to the face.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess the question is now, traditional stage picks. I was gonna say, do you think FD is kind of a good pick here if it's gonna simplify the neutral in favor of the Zelda? We're gonna see Yoshi's instead, but I was just wondering, maybe like no platforms is what he needs here.
I think it depends. I'm sure the idea is like getting earlier kills on Yoshi's. We saw Kaz go for a lot of platform follow-ups, kind of heavily committed platform follow-ups, like F Smash on a platform, which we
Like
just
that,
saw.
yep.
And that to me says like this is how Kaz likes to secure kills. Platforms, not so much FD, like kind of lack of platforms, but really beautiful down throw setup there.
Yeah, that was crazy too, because Tuck actually didn't angle their shield towards ledge, so they didn't get the Marth killer in time, which gave Tuck enough time to find the grab into back air to get that first kill. Really good awareness there to pick that one up.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Interesting neutral B there, just racking up any percent if you can. All of these dash attacks, I feel like you should be able to CC those, but we haven't really been seeing that from Kaz yet.
Yeah, obligatory frame data comment, because realistically, how many times are you going to see Zelda on the screen? But fun fact, Zelda does a dab on frame 16 of her neutral B. Thanks, Mewtwo King. There you go. Finds the kill there as well.
Other fun fact is that Zelda's jump squat, I'm pretty sure, is frame 6. So one of the slower jump squats in the game, which is going to mean that her out of shield game is either going to be more limited. Again, I'm not super familiar with all of her options. More limited, or at the very least, her aerial shield game, out of shield game, not going to be as strong as many, many other top tiers. So that's something that we want to see Kaz kind of leveraging if possible.
Sure. Yeah, barely doesn't connect with the sweet spot there. But at this point, I think it's like if you're getting a couple meaty hits as Zelda, you're probably feeling pretty good. Pull stock would be excellent, but not quite able to find it right there. Kaz picking up the pace just a little bit. Tipper back air is enough to get the stock.
Yeah, and at 53 right now, I was just about to say, strong back air or forward air is going to do it. Like, this is such a small stage. The kind of strength of the stage that Kaz was hoping to leverage in these early kills is something that Tuck is actually using to their advantage.
Sure, yeah, set point for Tuck as we speak as well. Radar, I know you just made a video about some frame data here on shield pressure. Tell me about the shield pressure of Zelda's forward smash, because that looked really safe.
It's interesting, like, in the video, which is going to premiere today at 8 p.m. PST, I was looking at, like, a lot of different factors that affect shield situations, and I think one of the things that forward air is affected by is kind of these multiple hitboxes that push you further away. So, depending on the spacing, might be quite difficult to punish, but, it still has that same kind of horizontal threat range that pretty much all of her moves have, but good stuff to Tuck. That was a 2-0.
Very impressive win there as well. Just kind of, picked up a few, I want to say, just hard reads on certain things. That last stock was just a straight up jump read, catches with the forward smash and wraps it up in 2 hits. I don't know. I mean, Tuck made it happen. That was very impressive. Good showing from Kaz.